All right. Hi, welcome back to Blessed Moms Podcast. This is Kaeyah Chin.
Hi.
We're both nervous, but it's fine.
It's okay. First time.
It's a little scary, but it's all good. So today we're going to be talking about just having friends and like healthy friendships. I feel like would be like a good part to talk about. We're just gonna like add in a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
But do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself? Just like what are you up to in life? And
Well, I'm a very busy person. I do lots of sports. So I'm 15, so doing lots of driving as well. Trying to get all my 50 hours in.
it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot actually. I almost killed us the other day. And I was like, oh my gosh, because yesterday was the first time I really drove on the interstate going places. So yeah, but I'm a very busy person. Nothing really interesting in my life. So, but yeah, just following God and doing sports and
Yeah, for sure.
driving.
Yeah.
All the things. So yeah, it's been really fun.
No, it's all good. Sports definitely take up so much time, dude. It's crazy.
It's insane.
Like they take up a lot of time.
Especially soccer.
Yeah. What sports do you do like fully?
I do soccer. I do cheer now, and tennis. So
It's a lot, dude.
it's coming up. I was gonna do swim this summer again, but you know, life.
Yeah, sometimes
Life
it's
has
like
its plans.
better to not put all that pressure on and just like do something that you feel
Yeah, but
more committed to.
Yeah.
So I get that. Okay, so we're just gonna we have like our bullet points, so I'm not just texting people. I get my bullet points. So what are your thoughts on friendship and like fully just like what do you believe in that part?
I believe friendship is like good to have,
Sure.
but at the same time, you have to have a mindset where it's like you like have to trust them, but you also have to trust God whenever those people come out of your life. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and like experiencing like hard friendships and good friendships and all this stuff, like I realize now that it's all happened for a reason, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yes.
like friendship is definitely something that you need to have in your life.
It's so beautiful, I feel like personally. It's just
Yeah.
so not magical, but it's like so cool that there's some Bible verses when I was preparing for this, and it was talking about like how I think it was like Ephesians 4:9 or Ecclesiastes 4:9, and it was like two people are better than just like one person. Like it's better to have a friend because if you fall down, you'll have somebody to help pick you up.
Yeah.
But someone who falls down by themselves is by themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of like the two minds, two brains are better than one, you know, because we think of it like if you're doing like science or something and you have this but it doesn't work, then you want somebody else to help you and like figure that out together. And it's the same thing, like if I'm studying the Bible, like I know I can come to you and be like, hey, like I don't understand this verse, like can you help me understand? And I feel that's a good thing about friendship is that like there's that person that you can trust and you can lean on whenever you have no idea what's going on. So like that is something really big in friendships. It's a really big thing.
Yeah, I think what you said about like so I like to talk but no, where you really have to rely on one another. And that's sometimes a hard point when you're like, I don't want to rely on someone, especially if you've had a friendship before and it's like broken and you're like, I don't want to rely on anybody else because I've seen how that goes and I don't like it. But I've learned that I've had a lot of bad friendships and I've had a lot of good friendships. And what you've learned from the bad friendships is that there's always a lesson that you learn. You can learn lessons from the good friendships, obviously, but you learn lessons from the bad friendships. And I was talking to my friend about this the other day. I was like, hey, I just don't know what's going on with this friendship. Can you pray for it? And she was like, yeah, of course. But like, remember that God might be taking them out of your life for a reason. He's protecting you from something bigger. You might feel pain now, but it is nothing compared to the pain that you would feel if you kept them in your life.
And that's a big thing too, because like, so I've had this friend since like we were little. Like we grew up together, we hung out all the time. And then we got into junior high, and junior high is like where you start changing, you know, like your body starts changing and your hormones and everything. And 6th grade hit, and we were both on the dance team together, and we just kind of ended up splitting apart because, you know, we ended up finding out that we were a lot different from each other. And so But we stayed friends.
Right.
But it was really toxic, I guess. Like, it was just a really bad environment. But I kept her in my life, and she kept me in her life, I think. For, like, just because, like, I wanted to feel like I had friends. Like, it was kind of more of, like, a popular group, I guess. I don't really know how to say that. But that's the kind of group that I was involved with, and the group that I was involved in. And I hate it when people say fake Christians. Because, like, there's not, I don't really feel like there's fake Christians, but there is at the same time.
Sometimes is, and then there's sometimes, like, you're either a Christian or you're not a Christian.
Yeah. Or, like, you say you're a Christian, but you don't really do everything that is Christian.
Right. You're a Christian when you're at church, but not when you're out.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I felt they were like at the same time. But I wanted to follow Jesus, but knowing that that's not, like they kind of weren't the same. That's not really what I wanted. And that friendship just ended up getting really toxic, and then it just, like, ruined my life. Like, it literally ruined my mindset on everything and how I thought. So, like, friendships it takes a really big role in your life, and it, like, takes a toll on you a lot. So it's just, like, choose your friends wisely, but at the same time, like, be friends with everybody.
Yeah, be open, but don't, like, we've talked about this before, where, like, you can trust people, absolutely trust people, but don't, like, give all of your trust to people, because they will tear you apart sometimes. You also have to be really just open to people, and for me personally, I do definitely tell people, like, where they stand with me. So, like, if I have a friend, I, like, talk to him about, here's where you stand with me in my life, and that kind of stuff, because that helps me personally to also know where I'm going with this friendship. And, like, how that's all going to work. And so I think that that's really important to have. Sorry, I don't know where it went.
No, it's okay.
Bullet points in a way. I want to stay on the screen.
Okay, here we go.
What's that? Twice I do that?
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you can't tell when you screenshot messages, because, dude, I screenshot so many messages.
Oh my gosh, I know. I'm like, Mom, look, we have plans and we forgot.
I'm glad nobody can tell, like, when you screenshot things, like, oh, I screenshotted your message.
Yeah.
Awkward. No. But yeah, so let's see what else we have. How to stay away from the drama. How to stay away from drama. That's
How to stay away from drama.
Run. It's fine. I'm kidding.
Cut them off. Completely ghost them. That's exactly what you have to do. No.
It's a hard one, dude.
Stay away from bad friendships or drama. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. How to stay away from drama. Drama is something you cannot stay away from literally throughout your whole life. And if you go throughout your life and you have no drama, I am not going to talk to you because, like, that's literally insane. Like,
Crazy person.
I have no idea how.
So stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't. Okay, stay away from drama. Don't create it. Don't start it. Definitely, whenever someone says something to you, don't go around telling other people, because it just spreads, and it spreads, and the words get mixed.
Yeah.
There's a video that I saw the other day, a few weeks ago or something, and there's these people, and they were like all facing the same way, and they were all in a line, and they all had paper on their back, and they're drawing a train, but every single time as they got longer, it started to change. There were different drawings on everything, and that's just how rumors also get spread. They change. So just being able to, whenever someone tells you something, to just keep it to yourself, that is a good way to just stay away from drama, because that is something that completely ruins your life too. And I would know, because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a mean girl, but I was a part of a group that talked a lot about people, and I talked a lot about people, bad, not really good things. And I also kind of was the reason why drama was started. And knowing how much it affected that person, I was like, wow, that's not cool. Why would anybody let me do that? And so, once I realized that, I was like, okay, so when somebody comes and tells me something, like, I'm gonna keep it to myself. Like, if you come and you tell me stuff, like about like a friendship, about like your family or something, like I'm not gonna go around, hey, did you know that Rose and her mom, like I'm not gonna go around and I'm not gonna say that because it's nobody else's business but mine and yours and your mom's or something because like you told me, like that's not something that I need to be go around telling people because then that's just gonna take them, oh yeah, Rose actually stabbed her mom in the kitchen, like that. No, she didn't. They just got in a fight. That's all it was. So, just like not talking about people. And drama's hard to stay away from.
Absolutely,
it is really hard to stay away from. So just being really not hyper aware, but just being really aware of like your surroundings and like who your friends are. Absolutely,
yeah. Who you hang out with. There's so many different things about who you hang out with, who you're like gonna become, and that's so true because. You can definitely start to tell when you're hanging out with the wrong people and the way you're going to start treating people. And that's good to have like those friends though that you rely on that will tell you, hey, you guys,
this isn't cool. Like you need to turn back around and take a right because this isn't, what you're doing is not the way God would want you to live. And that's like a big thing too that you have to apply is like, would God be okay if I did this? Like, not like with everything that you do, like, would God be okay if I eat the last tomato or the last apple or something? Like, nutrition. But you can't apply to everything, but not literally every single thing that you do. You know what I mean? Like the small things, but the small things at the same time.
No, but like I think that having drama is gonna come and go, and it's always going to be there. And something that I do when people like start to make drama about me, because dude, it's junior high school. I think I'll be making the drama. But if you this is gonna sound kind of mean. Have fun with it because they're always gonna have like these mean comments for you. But also know that they're really just insecure themselves, and they don't know totally sometimes like how bad they're hurting you. So sometimes just telling them like, hey, this does not make me feel great when you tear me down and like make all these rumors about me and all kinds of random stuff. And just like when they make something kind of turn it, I like to, this is probably not always the nicest thing, but sometimes I like turn it, like I just like, what are you even talking about? Or I like stop them while they're talking to me or compliment them. That really tricks them.
Or just like being nice. They're like, I'm being a jerk to you and you're being nice to me. Like, really, is there something, like, do you have a fever? Is something like, wrong with you? It's quite literally kill them with kindness.
Absolutely, yeah. Like when they're being mean, like if someone's saying something to me, they're just like making up this drama, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, did I tell you like your hair looks really good? And I don't lie about it, like their hair usually looks good. The mean ones always have the pretty hair. But no, it's like just like just add something positive into the situation. Because usually if they're going to be trying to tear you down, it's because they have something that's tearing them down.
Yeah.
And so they'd rather just take you down with it. And that's for sure sometimes a hard point, especially when it's like your close friends or like people you thought were your close friends. And so they know everything. And so they have like all the stuff that they can tear you down apart.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's it called, like blackmailing almost.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I know this about you, so we have to stay friends. I'm like, oh, but you're literally ruining me. Like, I can't live like this.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to walk away. I wrote something the other day, and when I was preparing for this, it was like, I don't know where to put it, but you are allowed to walk away if the relationship is hurting you or pulling you away from God. Especially if it's pulling away from, like, I can't talk, dude.
It's okay. It's okay.
Especially if it's pulling you away from God, because God should be the center of your life, and your friends should help you. They should not tear you down and pull you away from God, because that's not okay. That's not godly. And I feel like it's so important to have friendships that really just lift you up, like with God and all that kind of stuff. Bless you.
Thank you.
And that's just so important. I don't know. It's so
I feel like a big thing too is like, like when you're arguing with somebody over text, but like you say something first and you said your P's and Q's. So when they respond to you, you don't respond back at all. Like, don't respond in anger or anything. And then that's where the Bible verse James 1:19-20 comes in. It says, "Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God." Like, that is something big that, like, I have it written down, like on everything, like sticky notes. It's on my walls, it's on my like my windows and my mirrors. It's like, that's the verse where it's like you need to like take a breather and stuff before you like respond with anger.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, do everything in love, because that's really important. Because God tells us to love all. There was a lot of these in here. Thank you. I don't know what I did with all these. I just like shoved a bunch of verses here, dude. So. But also James 5:16. It talks about like praying for one another, and that's really important, because if someone's going through something and they're being mean to you, or they're just being a bad friend, pray for them, because there's something going on that's like hurting them, and they need Jesus in their lives. So if you pray for them or you're there for them, that's really important. I wrote down talking about how like you're supposed to be there for people, but you don't have to always like put yourself out there and just be torn down, because that's not healthy, and that's going to end up really hurting you, and that's not something you want.
Yeah, but at the same time, like having Christian friendships like that is something really big. Hold on. My aunt called me. But like having Christian friendships is definitely like a really good thing to have in your life, because like you can pray for each other. Like if you're in the wrong, like I'm gonna tell you and then I'm gonna pray for you. Or like I'm gonna pray for you and then I'm gonna tell you, because like I know that like that's not something you would want you to do, right? Or anything. So I'm gonna be like, hey Rose, so you're doing stuff that's really wrong lately, and you need to fix it. No,
but I've had those things though where I'm like freaking out, or I'm just not being what God would want me to be. Rose, chill out. Just take like breather and you're gonna be fine. Yeah, for sure. One of them in our bullet points were talking about letting go of bad friendships. That's hard.
Letting go of bad friendships is so hard,
because you're like emotionally connected with them.
Yeah, and you already know so much about them, and they know so much about you. Like, so recently, actually, you know Alan Christopher? No. Well, I probably shouldn't name drop.
Okay, I can edit it out.
We can cut that out, and then restart. Okay, so recently, my best friend has kind of started to like drift away.
Wait, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got it. She's kind of starting to drift away, and like, but my relationship with God has gotten stronger. So, but she's not Christian. She's not super religious, but she's not like a Satanist or like an atheist or anything. Like, she just doesn't believe in those things, I guess. She's kind of like, more trust the universe, the atmosphere will clear your body. I'm like, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go pray about it. I'm gonna go pray. But like, we're really different, but we have always managed to make it work. Like, she was there for me whenever me and like my old friends like were not cool. And so like, she was there whenever I was letting go of that bad friendship.
Absolutely.
And like, nothing about this friendship is bad, but I think it's just because I don't really have like many like God following Christian friends. Like, it's, I'm not gonna explain this, but like, it's her not being like how I am, I guess.
How you like want to be.
Yeah. It's kind of starting to end up in a bad friendship. So like, it's really hard to starting to let that go. I worded that really weird. No, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where you just like don't want to let go because you don't know like what could happen, but you also know like where you lie and where you want to become. And like, if I was listening to this guy talk the other day, and it was like, your vision is for you, so you can't give it to people who can't see your vision. Yeah. Like, we all have different like glasses prescriptions or whatever, So something I might see, and I give you my glasses, and you can't see out of it because I have a different vision than
Yeah.
what you have. And that happens a lot in
Great way
friendships,
to put it.
where you start to see something, and then the other person doesn't see it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is okay to let go. I'm not saying like, okay, see ya, peace. I'm gonna like never talk to you again. But letting go sometimes when they do not see your vision, or they just don't like uplift you to become better.
Yeah.
Because I have friends who I just like text. Like I just text you sometimes. Like, hey, I need some help, and or just call you and be like, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. And the fact that we can always pull it back to God, and God has all of these plans for us and all of that, and He knows. And sometimes letting go is what has to happen. Sometimes it's so hard, but
yeah, it's definitely a big step if you've known them for a long time. But like, you can't let that like completely control over you because like that's just not
healthy.
Yeah.
It's not.
And letting go of a bad friendship will help your mindset so much because like I'm only 15. You guys are probably watching this be like, she's 15, she has no idea what she's talking about. I've been through so much these past 15 years of my life. I'm like,
absolutely, man.
Oh my God, like this hurts my brain. Like I can't think because it just hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like in these 15 years of my life, like I know I think I know what good friendships are. I know what bad friendships are, like mediocre friendships are. Like there's so many different things. And bad friendships is definitely something that has been through like in my life. And letting go is the hardest part. Being like, hey, like I don't think like we should be friends anymore. Like this isn't healthy for me. This isn't healthy for my mindset. Like I need to find like I need to put myself in a better spot and find a friend that doesn't just tear me down all the time. And that's what I said to her, like, hey, like we should maybe like just like not hang out as much, not do this, not do that. And I was like, what, like 12? And as a 12-year-old, like that hurts because like one friend will end up being like, hey, look at what she said.
That's where the drama starts too. Yeah.
And so like then it just keeps going and then you're like, well, now I have no friends. So then you eat lunch alone, you eat lunch in the bathroom, and you just can't, you just don't have friends for like months. And then you finally like go and you hang out with these random people that you've known and played soccer with, but you don't want to talk to them. And it's like, maybe we can be friends. Like,
yeah.
You know. But
I heard something once that said like hurt people. And so people who are hurt will hurt other people. So you have to be very careful about like when you're letting go of a friendship. Also still be there for them and don't like end it really badly.
Yeah.
But still like be there for them and treat them like you love them because you do. God tells us to love all, and we do. I feel like I have this thing. I've been talking to some friends because I have a lot of guy friends. And because, dude, they don't make as much drama. They're just at home and they'll just like beat each other up, but they won't like talk behind the back.
Yeah,
they'll get it done with the one person, they won't go to every
They'll say it to your face, and then you guys will get in a fist fight. And the next thing you know, 2 seconds later, you're, hey, you want to go to the gym?
And then girls are like literally 5 years later, I still hate her. Like, what?
Remember that one thing she said back in 2nd grade, like 15 years ago?
No,
oh my God, we were like 8.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah, but like, is that like you can love your guy friends, love your like friends that are girls, love everybody, but you don't have to like. I have it a lot because people are like, well, like relationships, like boyfriend girlfriend. No, I love that person does not mean I'm in love with that person.
Yeah,
and that's something that I've had to like make clear a lot. Is that I love them dearly, like I absolutely love them, but it doesn't mean I'm in love with them.
Like if I was in love with somebody, like you would be able to see the heart like coming out of my eyes like cartoons. But if I love that person, like oh, like I love you so much, like if you're gonna come and cry, like come and cry. But if I'm like in love with you, like you want to go get ice cream or something because you're crying, like it's just like there's differences. People just don't understand that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, even in high school, like, people still make jokes, like, oh, you guys are friends, you guys are in love, like, da 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 da. Like, I feel like that doesn't ever really get old. But, I mean, that's just, like, a joke.
Right.
Everybody makes jokes like that. But,
yeah.
not too much, though, because then that'll actually, like, lead to something, and then people hate you. And we don't want that. So, it's just kind of like a happy.
Yeah. Okay, what else we got? We don't have much time left, but we can go for like 5-10 minutes. Oh yeah, not being friends with only Christians. Okay, so here's what I have for this. Can I just say something real quick? So I actually have it on the phone. I took it off download it. But I had this thing where so say not being friends with just Christians. Absolutely be friends with Christians and absolutely be friends with non-believers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if here's like the group of believers and here's the group of non-believers, okay? If only believers hang out with believers, then the non-believers never get to see Jesus.
Yeah.
But if the believers go out here and like hang out with the non-believers and talk about Jesus and just like show your light. And I want someone I want to be the kind of person where they see Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't even have to ask me if you're a Christian because they see it. I just whenever I'm talking to them, I bring God into every conversation. But yeah, so they are going to be able to start seeing Jesus, and then they come over here and then they become believers. And that's
yeah, it's perfect. That's like I feel like in some scenarios like that's what happens, but then like at the same time you also have to be careful because those people can be a bad influence on you. Like, hey, like we're gonna come to this and it, not like I feel like as a Christian like you'd be like, oh no, like I'd rather stay home than go out to this party, but in high school like you get like peer pressured into doing a lot of things, so but not only being friends with Christians, like it also kind of opens up your eyes, like, wow, I really need God in my life. Like, wow, why did it say? Like, wow, I really need God in my life. Like, He's a big part of my life, and not having Him in my life changes a lot of things because it really does. It changes a lot.
I have 1 Corinthians 15:33. This is, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. That is so real. Like, what?
That's like a really, I don't know, like deep.
That's really deep. Yeah, you can go like shallow or you can go deep on it. But yeah, I think just like going over it, but like the fact that who you hang out with is who you become, and that can go vice versa. Like they can become like you, or you can become like them. So you really have to know. This is gonna sound kind of bratty and mean, but know your standards. You're allowed to have standards. Like you are worth enough to not let that person trample all over you. That goes for friendships, relationships, anything. Know what you're worth, and then, but also live up to your standards. So those things that you're holding those people up to, make sure that you're holding yourself up to, because that's really important.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's the word? It starts with an H, I think. What's it called? I don't remember what it's called, but it's like hypocrite. You're being kind of like a hypocrite if like you're like, hey, you can't do this. Like we can't be friends. We can't date. We can't do this. But then you grow up and you do the same exact thing. Like you're being a hypocrite because you're telling people that they're doing this wrong and this wrong and this wrong, and then you go out and do it. Like that's just not cool.
No. And then to go kind of with that, there's Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. That is so real, dude. Because the people that you hang out with and the people that you like inspire, especially having Christian friends, like I will just come up to you and be like, hey, so like da 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 da. Like, I'll just text you and tell you all kinds of random stuff that I need help with. Or, like, hey, did you see this? Like, Bible verse, what do you think about this? Or it's just random stuff that I just pop in my brain. I don't know.
And, like, whenever, like, you come and, like, you're like, hey, can you call? I'm like, I mean, I know I can't sometimes because I'm just so busy. But, like, you call me and you text me. Like, no matter, like, when, like, what time or anything, like, you're like, hey, like, I just really need somebody. And I'm like, yeah, okay, like, I'm here. Like, and then, like, we'll just start talking about, like, this. And then, like, that's so good for something, like, or, like, that's just so good for having a Christian friendship. Like,
absolutely.
I feel like we really do keep God in the middle of our, like, friendship because if we didn't, I feel like this wouldn't be happening right now. Like, we wouldn't be talking about this, like, on a podcast. Like, this is something, like, God has done quite literally. Like, it's just so good to see, like, how much God has like moved both of our lives because we have changed so much. Like, I mean, I've known you for like what, 2 years now.
Right, and I feel like it hasn't been like a full-on consistent friendship. It's been like
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's been like 2 years. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's really crazy.
I remember I just met you at like something and I was like, "Sup, bro?"
Yeah, I'm like, hey, and then we talked to you.
Yeah.
But hey.
No, I think it was just like a day and then we got really close.
Yeah.
I think that was definitely God's timing and God doing something because you're gonna know when it's God and you're gonna know when it's not. Sometimes you won't, but you know, those friendships you're gonna be like, okay, God's telling me that this is right, and just because you felt pulled to them at one time does not mean that you have to stay like the whole time because you're gonna learn a lot. I've had a lot of friendships and I've had a lot of friendships where I've had to step back and really like examine what are we doing? Like, is this actually helping us or is this hurting us?
Mm-hmm.
And it might be helping one person but really tearing down the other person.
And sometimes like whenever you say like take a step back, like it kind of like my mind like goes to like, you know, like the whole friends and sidewalks. Like there's 3 friends, the 2 friends stay up here. And sometimes you can be in the middle and like you just take a step back and you look and see how they are together when you're not there. Because even like you're there, but if you're back, they don't acknowledge that, then that just kind of says a lot too.
Yeah.
You know, so like just literally taking a step back, looking and examining how they are can say a lot.
Yeah, and how they treat you can say a lot. I have like friendships that I talk to about everything. Like, I think that's really important to have a friendship that you can talk to about anything. Because no, I'm sorry, they always get stuck in my hair, like every time. Yeah. I only have the pictures on the top so that the camera cannot see the pictures. So sorry guys, you can't see the pictures. But yeah, friendships are really just so cool. I just love it that we have that because I have like my friends where I would text them and be like, oh my gosh, so this is happening and this is happening and this is happening. Okay. Like,
sorry to trauma dump, but
yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but I really think it's on my mind and they're like, I'm gonna go pray for you and then I'm gonna come back and text you.
Right.
Like, don't go anywhere. But I'm gonna go pray for you with us.
Yeah, just give me a second.
You just like trauma dumped on me and I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not like in a judging way, but it's like, you have a lot to take it. Like, honey, do you need to go to therapy? Are you okay?
No, for real though. I think definitely my guy friends, I just give them everything. And they're like, wow, that's crazy.
That's how I am with my boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Like, we've been dating for almost a year now. It's crazy. And I'm like, oh my god, this just happened. And I'm like, I just got off of work and I can't do this anymore. Like, and he's just like, it's okay.
I know the dudes are always just like, flat, like, that's fine. You're gonna be fine. And then the
like,
girls are like, what?
You're like, oh my god, he's such a jerk. I can't believe he broke up with you. And then the guys are like, there's more fish in the sea, go find one. Like, oh my god.
For real. No. The guys are always, they're so calm about everything. The girls, no.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we don't, so that's just not how it's gonna be. We don't like that person anymore. Like, why don't we just pray that?
Yeah.
That sounds good. Let's just do that.
Okay, there's one more I want to pull out and I should probably be done. Proverbs 13:20. It says, he who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. That's really neat if you like read through it and to see like how if you walk with wise men, like you become wise. Mm-hmm. People that it just keeps going back to like the people you spend your time with is like how you become an act.
It's like you know, when you listen to bad music, like that's how you will like end up talking.
It'll affect you for sure.
Yeah, like if you're listening to music and it says like a cuss word like every other sentence, like you're gonna be like, oh yeah, and then beep and then beep beep beep, and it's just like fill. But then if you listen to like lately I've been listening to like older, like I'm not even gonna lie, like 50s music, because like and like it's kind of like some like beachy music. I mean, obviously because it's summer, and I've kind of started to step away from all the bad music because like that stuff is
getting bad.
It's really bad,
and it just doesn't. You listen to it and it doesn't bring you joy. Music was like, personally, how I say this, music was made to help you be joyful and happy, and it also feels like your emotions. Because sometimes when I'm really sad, I'll just put on this sad song, and it just like I really do. Christian music hits hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're not expecting it. You're just listening to a song. It's so sad.
Oh my god. Yeah, and like, so like, I was reading an article, and it was like, music like hits the brain where words can't, because like of like the beats and like the way the voices are and everything. It's like that sounds like I'm psychotic. Like the voices are in my brain. Like, but it's like it's true. Like,
yeah, really true.
Music is definitely like therapy.
No, I understand.
Jesus and praying is therapy too. Don't get me wrong.
Right. Yeah.
That is. I swear. Sometimes I'm like in my bed. I'm just like praying. I'm like start crying. Like I'm sorry.
Me literally every night.
Please forgive me.
That's me. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta lay there and just like, God, I messed up every day.
I'm sorry. You know what I've done, but I'm just coming and I'm telling you, like, I surrender. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just like a whole thing, and it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good to be truthful, because even though God knows everything and He already knows, but it's good to go to Him and tell Him, because be like, okay, this is what's going on. I know you already know, and I'm going to tell you, because He is literally therapy. You're not going to get a better therapist.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
Literally, or a better friend.
Literally,
he
never leaves.
Like your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's like your best friend, and then
right.
There's your best friend, and then your friends, and then you know,
the other random people,
the other random civilians out here in this world.
I don't forget. Yeah, always put in God first. So if He's not your best friend right now, go fix that. But yeah, like just make Him your top priority, because your life will change.
Pick up a Bible and read it all in one day. No, don't do that.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so crazy, dude.
Wake up at 12 a.m., read it all the way until the next day, and then
like
Jesus in your brain.
You maybe get through like a chapter, like a book, like one of the books. Dude, there's a lot. Ezekiel's like,
oh my gosh! Like if it was a person to be taller than me, it's not hard to beat, but it would be taller than me.
Esther would be pretty short.
Yeah, probably like my ankles. I don't know.
For real. But yeah, so just kind of close this off. Just like find good friends and people that you can talk to. I'm gonna have some friends. Like I was talking to some last night. Just like, okay, this is what I'm thinking about this, and this is what's going on with this. Hey, can you pray for me about this? Because I had one friend. I was like, I have a podcast tomorrow. Need some prayers. Terrified. But no, just like really being open is really important. I feel like it just
100%. And like having mentors too helps a lot.
Oh, for sure, yeah. People you look up to, really important. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all for joining us. We love you all. We're the same one. Like, okay, how do we shut it off?
Stop cam right there. Right.
Oh, why is it doing that? Wait, where'd you find it? Oh, okay. Bye, y'all.